Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I release a legacy video every Friday. Hello everyone, Martin here, back with another legacy video. And today I am playing not a combo deck, but an updated version. I have tried to update an Eternal Weekend winning list from about a year ago. This was about a year ago. TK Strachan wowed the world with this sort of dark bant take on Beanstalk. TK played Triumph of Saint Katherine, 3 copies. I'm playing 2 copies today. This is a card that, when it finally, after like, I don't know, a year and a half or something, was released on Magic Online, due to some, I don't know, some weird rights issue, it made the splash. It wasn't that long after TK had, at least that's, maybe I'm getting my chronology wrong, but I think it was not that long after the Eternal Weekend win, and people were very excited to play with it, and then it kind of just went away again. I think it was probably only just scraping the doorway to like legacy power level, but I could be wrong. But I wanna try it again. I think it's a cool card. I think it also, like, it kind of should work pretty well versus Eldrazi, which is a big factor in the format. I have upgraded in the Eternal Weekend list. There were 4 Orcish Bowmasters. I've added 4 Psychic Frog in their place. I don't think either card is particularly great versus Eldrazi, but I think Psychic Frog is better, and I think it's just like a better all around card. Now, the thing that we shouldn't be forgetting is that Bowmasters like doubles as sort of removal. You know, your opponent has a Thalia, you pay 2 mana, you cast a Bowmaster, and they kill. It kills the Thalia, and Psychic Frog does not do that. So that does have me a little bit concerned about, like, in spite of the full 8 white removal spells plus the Terminus, if we have enough removal, but we'll see. Um, and then the threats are 3 Murktide, the 4 Frogs, the 2 St. Catharines, and then I added an Uro, just because I think the power level of Uro is very high. It is castable within the mana base. It's nice with a life gain. Um, Companies triumph well in that regard. And yeah, then the sideboard is sort of a smattering of good dark band cards I own, kind of thing. Have a single Wrath of the Skies and a Pernicious Deed, so splitting that effect between those 2 cards. A Veil of Summer and a Flusterstorm versus combo. Um, Veil of Summer probably also just versus like an assortment, like any blue deck, or most blue decks. I got 2 Harbinger of the Seas for the Eldrazi matchup mostly. I am a little bit concerned about what this would do if it comes into play to our mana base. It basically, I have a basic plains and a basic island. So with a Harbinger of the Season play, we're basically never casting Frog. But I think, like, versus Eldrazi, where I mostly imagine Harbinger coming in, I'd probably be boarding out some number of Frog anyway. It also means, like, we're not casting any green spells post Harbinger, unless we're also bringing in Carpet, which would be a little bit. I'm probably not going to do that. So I don't know. I'm kind of banking on Harbinger of the Seas just being strong, like so strong that it's versus the decks where it's good, that it's worth bringing in. But we'll see. And we can still cast our Murktides, and we can miracle in Saint Catherine. So I think it's not completely unreasonable. What else to say? Yeah, we've got an upgrade with Consign to Memory. This is a pretty strong sideboard option. It obviously hoses Doomsday, but it's mostly there to put in work against Eldrazi. And then it also just has the added effect of being like half of a stifle. And it's the relevant half versus combo decks like Doomsday and Storm combo decks. So, alright, enough talk. Now let's jump into a league. Okay, on the draw with this hand, it is light on lands, but I think like we have Ponder off of basic island, so I think I'm going to keep this, and we have Force of Negation to counter like a turn one Chalice or Blood Moon if we should feel like we need to do that, and we probably would need to do that. Lotus Petal. Okay, I'm going to let that resolve. Might be Eldrazi, and I might have a Cavern of Souls coming. Well, it is Eldrazi. Man, the Eldrazi deck is so good. Like, the Sowing Myco spawn is just a nightmare. And they are like a... They are like 3 mana away from kicking it. And I think I do need to fetch Basic Island here. Ooh, that's bad. Yeah, none of those, please. We hit a white land, so that's good at least. So our plow is on. Do they have the Cavern Souls? They do not. Okay, that's good at least. And I am yeah, I'm gonna counter this. You just don't know when the cavern comes down and your forces are just gone forever, kind of thing. And I pitched the Force of Negation because I don't expect there to be a lot of targets for that. Oh no, one turn too early. Stupid Triumph. Okay, well, I mean, at least now if we get to Brainstorm before they get to Sowing Myco spawn, that's good. Oh no, never mind. And Hedge Maze. Okay, that was clutch. Show me more lands. Yes, please. Okay, if we can. It's all about. I think like what loses me this game is them killing my lands. So if they get Sowing Myco spawn going, and it looks like they are, it's the green mana at least. Okay, no. What is this? It's the make a 0/1 when it comes into play. When you cast a spell, and when it dies, create a 0/1 spawn. Okay. That seems, of all the things they could have done, that seems like not the most scary. I mean, it is still 3/3, so just love to get to a Brainstorm off of this this Beanstalk here. Alternatively, a land. Well, that's a land. So we're closing in on just like hard casting this. More repurpose. Okay, so every time they cast this, they are like ramping a mana for the subsequent turn with these spawns, but so far so relatively benign. I think I'm going to fetch Savannah, and then I'm going to cycle the Lorien for an Underground Sea. Get the Underground Sea, and let's take a draw step here. Leyline Binding, okay. That's good. So Leyline Binding costs 2 mana. I think I'm going to Psychic Frog here, and then I'm going to save the Leyline Binding for next turn. Oh, more Wasteland? Yikes. Okay. I'll fire this now. Draw a card. Ooh, it's the Brainstorm, but we don't currently have white mana to enable the Triumph Miracle mechanic. This says when it dies. Okay, so that's not now. Okay, and they're just going to combat. And they're not attacking. Okay, I'm scared of the frog. Alright, come on. Time to come up clutch with a white mana. Damn. It's not white mana. It is Murktide, though, which is pretty good. So let's put away these white cards, I guess. So we can exile or discard arrow to the frog. I don't know. We have a lot of graveyard things happening right now. Let's play this land. So I can start off by casting Murktide. How many? We have 4 instants and sorceries. I think I'm going to do that. And let's get one of these lands out of here. So we draw a card. That's good. But not a card that we really need. I think I am. This discard, or rather exiling these 3 cards in the graveyard puts me further away from getting the frog sorry, getting Uro into play out of the graveyard, but I think I will attack here and get my draw my card, get through the brainstorm lock, and then yeah, maybe I should have exiled or rather discarded the Uro, um, just to get the extra damage in, plus Uro in the graveyard and all that. But and now if they start banging up my lands, I am not that scared. Oh, that's just on when it's cast. Why wouldn't it be? Just that's insane. Damn. Okay. So they exile my Leyline Binding and they bounce my Murktide. Great day in the morning. All right. We can still outmuscle this, but that was pretty devastating. They have Ancient Tomb. Okay, so they are kind of out of gas over there. Land? Okay, it's a white land. Or is it? I don't think it is. I think both my Tundras are... No, I have a Tundra left. Let's get that. Play that. So we could cast Uro just to get the life gain and cycle a card here. I think I'm okay with that, and I'll leave up the white mana so that I can plow. There's not a whole lot of interesting plow targets right now, but at the same time, I think this frog is kind of holding down the fort right now. And next turn, if we can... Now I'm back to not wanting them to kill my lands. Let's see, do they just Alpha Strike here? Yeah, it looks like they do. So, do I want to block something here? I think I probably do. So I'm going to discard Frog. I'm going to discard Ponder. This also gets me closer to casting Murktide. Although, casting the Murktide is not... Like, then I don't have blue card for Force. And I'm also like... I'm going to be casting the Triumph next turn. But, okay. So, I take 3. They get a spawn. And they pass. And now I get to cast Triumph and draw a card. So that's really exciting. I also have to be mindful of my clock here. I'm like 4 minutes behind my opponent. We draw a Bayou. So I think if I don't exile cards from the graveyard here, they're just gonna chump with the spawn. But I think it's probably still fine to attack here. And because I don't want to exile cards now, I want to be able to like get Uro into play or cast Murktide at some point. And if they decide to, no, they can't double block. They don't have a profitable block here that kills my frog. Yeah, they just decide to jump. That's fine. All right, big turn coming up here. If they can get one more of these into play, then I'm in trouble. Oh, that's also pretty bad. That's Ivugan. So now they can like start tutoring shit. I don't think Eldrazi really has these big, like, the Titan Eldrazi's. Okay, they're just passing. They started tapping mana into their Ivugan, I guess, but then they thought better of it. Okay, another Force of Will. That might be good at some point. So what's the move here? I suppose I could kill a few things and then cast my Murktide, or maybe I'll kill one thing here. Yeah, I'm sacrificing Uro. I already have life gain, and this gets me to Murktide plus draw a card, so I think that's reasonable. Still, like, really kind of struggling on the white mana here. Okay, let's attack with these. So I suppose they probably will... They will end of turn tutor for another battle mage. That at least seems reasonable. Or maybe something else, but yeah, we'll see. Or the Devourer, that could also be a thing. Oh, but they do just have crazy big Papa Ulamog. Okay. They don't have Cavern of Souls though. So this gets to exile 2 permanents, but I have a lot of permanents that are sort of exile worthy. And then I can choose between Force of Will or Leyline Binding, I guess. Fleshraker. Okay, that can eat a plow. That's Guy's Cradle, so they have lots of mana. Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger. I wonder if they are smart and exile my Tundra here. Okay, so there's a Fleshraker. Trigger. And then that triggers. And then they want to kill my Frog and my Murktide. That makes sense. So what's better, to counter this or to Leyline Bind it? I think I probably counter this. Another binding, okay. Well, now we're sort of in the shit because they can Ivoogan something every turn. Oh, that's very nice. Yes, please. I would like to miracle this. And I would like to draw a card from it. This doesn't get me white mana because my Savannah and my other Tundra are in exile. So, handful of white cards, only 1 white mana. I could Mystic Sanctuary up the Force of Will if I deem that to be a worthwhile thing to do. Let's attack here. They jumped with their second to last spawn. They didn't use Ivoogan, and they're drawing Hellbent here, so let's see what they draw. Thought-Knot Seer, sure. That's mostly a problem because of the spawn here. I think I really need to get rid of this Glaring Fleshraker, which I am going to do. I'll just yield until end of turn here. They take a Leyline Binding. And I think I'm gonna lose this. The Triumph of Saint Katherines are fine and all, but they can't get through this army of tokens. And now they have Devourer of Destiny. Which one is that gonna kill? That exiles a colored permanent. I think you need to take the Beanstalk, maybe. No, okay, they take the Triumph. All right. I mean, we do still have 2 more Murktides. Am I at 10 already? Okay. We could cast this Lorien Revealed, but we're definitely going to be casting this Leyline Binding and drawing a card. That can get basic planes, so that's very good. I think I'm going to take out the Devourer. Yeah. And then I'm going to plow. I'm going to plow the Thought-Knot Seer, and that gives us another Leyline Binding. I think I'm just going to draw 4 cards here. Let's put Mystic Sanctuary into play and put Plow on top of our library. And then we can draw a bunch of cards. I am also running low on cards, incidentally, in my deck. That's sort of the nature of this deck. Okay, there's another Murktide. I'm going to attack. This gives me the guaranteed lifelink, where if I don't attack and hold back as a blocker, and then they are able to exile Triumph, then I'm just dead. This nets me a life on the swing back here. But let's see. That Ivoogan is certainly scary, and they took the damage. And we already saw they have Titans here, so if they have another Ulamog or like I guess if they had Emrakul they would have gotten it back then, but I don't know if they had enough mana to cast it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have 9 mana represented here. That's another Devourer. Okay, so that's gonna kill, I believe, my Triumph. Yep. And where does that leave me here? So if they kill the Triumph, they could take me to 3 here. And then if they don't wasteland me, but why wouldn't they? They don't wasteland me. That's very interesting. Okay, so I'm going to Leyline Bind the Devourer, and then I'm going to plow the Flesh Raker, and then I'm going to cast a Ponder. More plows. Not sure it'll will quite do enough. How many Devourers are gone? There are 2 in exile. I assume they play 4. Oh, rather, no, hang on. There are none in exile. So what? There are 2 underneath my ley lines. Yeah, I guess let's take the plows. Actually, let's ponder again. I just want to make this Murktide like big, and I'll shuffle these. Another Murktide, so that's good. So let's leave a couple of cards in the graveyard. Dress down, okay. That doesn't matter so much versus Eldrazi because it's on cast. Glaring Flesh Raker. Okay, that can happen. Yeah, guessing there's another Devourer of Destiny. Oh no, it's this. Yeah, I just can't keep up with this. So I'll be at 1. Yeah, I'm just going to concede. I should have probably conceded a while back. How do you beat this? I guess you beat it with, like, beating up their lands, which I'm not really that good at doing. But at least let's try with this, with these harbingers, or harbingers. And the consigned to memory are good. Not really sure about stuff like Deed and Wrath of the Skies, because all the damage is sort of being done as the cards are cast, and they also have like a high CMC. And once they get that Eye of Ugin rolling, but I mean, all right, let's see here. I think the frogs are not very exciting. I think Uro, I think Catherine, I think Murktides are good. I think maybe we can bring in one of those, probably the Wrath of the Skies. Although we just saw how hard pressed we were to get our mana going, the white mana. I'm going to board out Force of Negation. They probably have Chalice of the Void, though we didn't see it, but I think not countering any of their creatures is not that good. Yeah, let's try this. And I really have to be mindful of the clock running. I'm already sort of more than halfway through my clock here. I think I'm at 12 minutes or something. All right, this plays. As long as we don't get the Harbinger taken from our hand by a Thought-Knot Seer. Yeah, I like this. It's unfortunate that we can't, like, we didn't find an actual green land on that ponder so that we could cast Up the Beanstalk. Let's ponder. Like, getting a Beanstalk online would be pretty interesting. But it might just be that we need to, like, turbo towards the Harbinger. We probably do. Let's draw this, though, and play it, and put that into the graveyard. So, no Wasteland, please. And no Cavern of Souls into Thought-Knot Seer, please. Flesh Raker. Yeah, we'll need to get rid of this because this says whenever you cast a colorless spell. Oh, but I guess you can't really cast very many without colorless mana. Okay, but yeah, it's nevertheless not a nice, not a nice card. And if they can just get one going, they'll get a spawn, and then that's yeah. Oh, fuck off. And then that spawn can get them to cast another one that also gives them a spawn. So okay, I think I am gonna take a timeout then and cast Up the Beanstalk. Leyline Binding is good. Well, I mean, not really though. Leyline Binding is gonna cost what? 5 mana? No, 4 mana. Yeah. Still think we take it. Yeah. Let me know if you think I just spewed it there by not casting the Harbinger when I had the chance. But ugh, I'm feeling very deflated. I mean, if they sowing Myco spawn here, then I just might never get out from under it. It's white mana. That's even worse. They're gonna take the Harbinger. Yeah, I had my chance and I blew it. I can't imagine they wouldn't take the Harbinger here. The forces are like almost blank because of Cavern. Battle Mage, yeah, no, and they get to fucking kill my Beanstalk. Okay, I forced the Battle Mage. They still get to exile my Beanstalk, but at least I got to draw through a card more. And I think I need to Beanstalk, or not Beanstalk. I mean Leyline Bind. I think maybe the correct one is honestly the Fleshraker, but I'm not sure I can take all the beatings. Yeah, I think I definitely should have played the Harbinger. I think that's probably just my own misplay here. And now they just yeah, whatever. I am out of here. Tough beats. Off to round number 2. All right, on the draw for round number 2. I'm against my better judgment going to keep this. Yeah, that game number round number 1. I'm really a little bit shocked at how insane the Eldrazi was against me. I think in game number 2, I got what was coming to me. I completely should have realized that taking that turn off to not play the Harbinger was wrong, because then they went Cavern, and then my forces were out, and then they got the Harbinger. But that game 1, I feel like my deck did everything it wanted to do. I had like less than 20 cards left in my deck. I had drawn so many cards from Beanstalk, and it felt like honestly, it didn't really matter. Like they just had superiority. Okay, so I'm gonna risk a Beanstalk here, playing in today's, um, because that's sort of the game I was playing at. So they're fetching. Hopefully they don't have like Spell Pierce or something. Okay, Brainstorm, sure. And this is Grixis Delver. And now they get to flip their Tameo. Tameo! Oh, Beanstalk is in. That's pretty huge. And drawing the lands that's pretty huge. I feel like if I can just get like land, like my mana base under me, these 3 Leyline Bindings should win me this game with the resolved Up the Beanstalk, unless something unexpected happens here. And another Tameo. And how do we want to play this? What's more important here? We have green, black, and white. We're going to have blue mana now. I'm going to take the Tundra. And then I'm going to Leyline Bind, draw a card. Okay, we have a fetch land activation. And they're drawing a card in response. Okay. And so I'm actually going to kill or exile the Dragon Trace Chandler here, because I have so many more bindings coming. I'm not too worried about the next turn with Tamiyo. Oh, it's a lot of good cards. A lot of good cards. That's Tamiyo activating. That means 2 turns from now they can ultimate her. Is this the frog? Ribbit. Okay, there's a frog. And I think I'm going to cast an Up the Beanstalk here. Do we want to draw the card? I kind of forget what it was. Oh, I guess maybe not. And I'm actually just gonna plow Frog Boy. Frog Boy is gone. Okay, so now Tamiyo needs to be gone next turn. They do play Bauble. And he'll Spellbomb. Okay, that's a problem down the road with this Uro and my Murktides, but I guess we'll deal with that. They might just pop it. I'm going to fetch Hitch Maze here and get a Surveil. See if we can come up with something nice. Where is it? There it is. I'll take a Murktide. Alright. I expect them, if they have Force of Will, that they're going to try it and cast it here. This is so soul crushing when you're the opponent and you know your opponent casts Leyline Binding into two Beanstalks. All right, now I'm going to fetch, and this puts me into Murktide territory with their Spellbomb in mind. So I'm just going to make a 5/5 Murktide. Okay, they're popping Bauble to see what I'll be drawing here. So they know they're drawing a clue. Okay. They know about Lauren revealed in my hand. They don't know about Terminus. Yeah, I guess I will go to exile. Go to cleanup here. And I'll probably discard Terminus. That lets them know that there's Terminus in my deck, but I think it's the best card to get rid of here. Now they flip their Tamiyo, their second Tamiyo. I haven't drawn a Force of Will in my first 23 cards. Okay, so now, oh, there was a Wasteland. They kill my Tundra, sure. I guess now they have Murktide. So they have a 6/6 Murktide. That's fine. I think I might just start off with a Brainstorm. Oh, there's a Triumph, huh? How do we want to sequence that? I think we put back, maybe it's Savannah. And then the Triumph. We play a land here, and we pass. And then on their upkeep, I am going to cast my Beanstalk. Not my Beanstalk. I keep saying that. My Leyline Binding. That will trigger, and we'll draw the thing. There's a Triumph. We need to fetch in response. And if they have Force of Will or Daze, they can kill something or counter something here. I mean, let's grab an Underground Sea. If they have 2 Dazes here, I'm going to be super sad. But we're still like just drawing so many cards, it's not even that big of a deal. They have 1 Daze. Yeah, nope, not going to counter. They might have a second one. I mean, they are just sitting on cards they haven't cast for ages. I get to draw cards, so I'm guessing not. I think they would have used the Daze. We draw the last card from the Beanstalk. It's a Plow for their Murktide. Good deal. And if they don't pop that, Spellbomb, my Murktide is going to grow pretty big. Okay, they kill my Bayou. That's interesting. Still not a Force of Will in sight. Halfway through the deck. That's impressive. Drawing a card with the Clue. They had a Raging Clue. I'm guessing there's not going to be an attack here. Yep. Alright. I think I'd like to ponder just to see if I can find Force of Will. And I do find Force of Will. Lovely. I can grow my existing Murktide with 3, so that's nice. And I don't mind drawing the cards that are on top of the deck. I think their only hope right now is that I deck myself. I Plow, Murktide, they Daze. I think I do kind of want to push this. Push this advantage right now. So if they have another Daze, which they didn't before, mind you, then I will Force of Will it, I think. Because I do want that Tamiyo to be gone now, and then I want to like close up the game. Okay. All my attacking creatures are going to get -1, -2. So Murktide is going to attack Tamiyo. Triumph is going to attack opponent. We pass. And then we're going to move to discard. And I'll discard Beanstalk, Lorien Revealed. Still don't want to give them just the free exile burrow. Okay, they concede. That's cool. That felt pretty good. So for the sideboard, we want Carpet of Flowers. We want, I think the Elemental Blasts here are pretty good. Perhaps Veil of Summer, I'm not sure. Put that over here. And also not sure about Wrath of the Skies. Like white seems like it might be a bit rough. And we're not killing Murktides with it, so it's gonna be against frogs and DRCs. And if they have Delver, then Delver. Let's put that over here as well. Okay, so let's see what we don't mind losing. I think the Dress Down can go. I think the Force of Negation can go. Honestly, not that much more that I just am eager to cut. We didn't show them the Uro. And Uro is just like a pretty big powerhouse versus Delver strategies. I might just cut one Up the Beanstalk. So I need to cut one more card. Maybe we'll just settle on one Hydroblast. Because we already have like a bunch of ways to remove a DRC, which is the primary goal with it. And then like secondarily it counters Pyroblast, which is also nice, but I think that they can only reasonably play So many counter or pyroblast. Didn't I cut dress down? What? Hey. Oh crap! I didn't side out. Yay! I'm at 63 cards in my deck. Crap. Okay, I'm gonna mulligan this, and I'm gonna keep this. And this doesn't feel great. Not gonna lie. Gonna bottom a Psychic Frog. Let's see if we can win with 63 cards in our deck. Tamio again. And we drew the Triumph. I'm going to play Hedge Maze here. And I will accept the plow. I think you're supposed to attack first, right? Get the free clue. They have a flip Tamio on turn 2. That's pretty nice. No Wasteland. I like that. Like that a lot. I think my best draw here is Brainstorm, maybe? Oh, but I knew what I was drawing. Never mind. Okay, I think I'm going to Island. I guess I can just do that later. I am actually going to play right into a Daze here. I'm not sure. Okay, no Daze, but Force of Will. Plus the Tamio, and I guess I'll play a Frog here. They probably have the Pyroblast, but then that is what's happening right now, and then I will start casting white cards or white spells next turn. If they're able to find another counter spell for this Leyline Binding, then I'm in trouble. Then they'll get to draw half their deck. So let's get a Tundra here. We draw that dress down. Is there any point in waiting for their upkeep? I don't think so. Okay, Leyline Binding is in. That's nice. Oh wait, they have Stifle? No! Wow, Consign to Memory! Ugh. Okay, I'll concede. Save us all some time. Yeah, that was a beating. Yeah, Consign to Memory, kind of good versus Leyline Binding. Okay, now let's get these freaking cards that I was boarding out. I think I'm actually gonna keep in the 4th Up the Beanstalk rather than the 2nd Murktide. I also briefly considered Harbinger of the Sea, but I think that probably hurts us more than it hurts them. They can still cast all their cantrips and their Murktides, as can we, but we lose the ability to cast. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's sort of even, but at that point, I'm not sure who it's benefiting. Okay, I'll keep this, and I'll play into Wasteland here. I'm not gonna try and play around it as my hand already has 2 duels. I'm gonna get Tundra here and cast the Ponder. Yeah, I think I'll see if I want Terminus later. Man, Consigned Memory is pretty sick. It also counters Miracle Triggers. Ponder. Okay, so no Tamio. Do not shuffle. So we draw a Plow, and I'm gonna play my. Oops. I'm gonna play the Misty and have the option to fetch away the Terminus in case they don't commit to a creature here. Maybe even if they do commit to a creature, yeah, I'm not gonna get Terminus. Okay, I think I'm just gonna fetch for Hedge Maze then, and let's draw that. And I think I will test the waters for a Daze right now with this Ponder. Not sure they would Daze it if they had Daze. And these are all good cards. I think maybe the Frog is the certain keep, and then I'll draw the Plow if I don't decide to Lore and Revealed first. Alright, they just nuke it. Why? Oh, they're worried about Murktide, I guess? They didn't stick around to wait for to draw a card. They had a second one? Okay, fair enough. So I'll draw the second Plow here. And I will Up the Beanstalk. If they have force, I expect them to use it. They did that in the last game. Casting a brainstorm. Alright. Okay, Beanstalk is in. That's great. And I will pass. And probably I'll island cycle for a Tundra. Another brainstorm, sure. And they just, oops, no. They just passed the turn. Alright, let's island cycle. Ensure that land drop. I will get Tundra. It means I have 2 white, or I could have gone for Underground Sea and have 2 black. I think this is better. Alright, let's cast Ponder, I mean. More lands and more frog action. I think we have enough frogs, but I guess like we could run them out of Pyroblasts. So yeah, let's do that. Let's cast a frog, get the Pyroblast shoot down going. Now it will kind of suck if they wasteland my Underground Sea. And looks like they're just passing. Okay. No, okay, they had a land drop. Another volcanic. Okay, let's try second frog. If you don't like that, I have a third one coming next turn. Second frog is in. Hey. We have 2 mana here. Is it petty theft? Sure. Petty theft it is. And they want to nuke the graveyard yet again. And yet again, like in game 1, I'm feeling very well rolled up here with my grip full of white removal. This looks like Murktide. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just Leyline Bind. It'll draw a card off the Up the Beanstalk, and if they have the Consign to Memory, then at least that's gone. And then we can just plow Murktide on a later turn. They could also like actually Consign to Memory twice here and get both my triggers. That would be kind of sick. Like Consign to Memory and then replicate it. Okay, so they Force of Will, so I'm guessing they don't have Consign to Memory. And we draw the second frog. Third frog, I guess. So let's kill this. And then let's play Psychic Frog. And pass. Here's a black and red mana. This is Molten Collapse. I think I will Force of Will this. I could just have kept the frog in my hand. But I feel pretty good about this exchange as well. Hey, Triumph. Yeah, I would like to cast my Triumph of Saint Katherine as a miracle. And draw a card. Num 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 num. All this ridiculous value. And let's put Mystic Sanctuary into play. And I guess Force of Will. Our opponent they don't know we don't have a blue card, and we're gonna draw it with the frog trigger here. And next turn we can hardcast that force anyways, if we don't find a blue card underneath it. Okay. Let's attack. And I'm not going to be discarding cards into the frog right now. I have a pretty significant clock anyways. And I just want to accrue card advantage. They want to cast Brazen Borrower. Okay, I think I plow that. We draw another frog. I'm not going to play that because that would make me take down Force of Will. Sure, you have a Dragon Trace Channeler. And we draw for turn. It's a Murktide Regent. That's pretty sweet. Let's go to combat here. Another plow. Okay, I'm gonna cast the Murktide and pass. They Force of Will, sure. I draw a card from the Beanstalk trigger, and Oh, it's a Hydroblast. That's nice. So if they find Pyroblast, we can keep our frog. This does feel like it is pretty over, though. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be casting Terminus. Thanks. And I think I will actually be discarding probably 2 cards here. No, I don't have to. I'll just discard one. I'll discard another one next turn. And then, because that cuts a turn off the clock. Price of Progress. That's a good one. I mean, I'll take 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and they'll die. Okay. Going out in style. All right. I mean, that's more like it. That's sort of what this deck wants to do. It wants to play against Delver. So that's kind of cool. Still kind of reeling from that round 1 Eldrazi smattering, but let's go to round number 3. Okay, we're on the draw here yet again. And I think it's a keepable hand. It's a kind of weak or vulnerable to Wasteland, but I think it's probably good enough that we have to keep this. Meanwhile, opponent mulligans to 6. Ooh, what is this? I'm guessing this is a Moon Stompy deck then. Oh, scary. Like, Blood Moon is not a card I am happy to play with. Play against. Thankfully, we draw Force of Will. Yeah, there's one thing that annoys me a little bit about the mana base, and it is that we don't have Scrubland. But I think it's probably just too hard to stitch together the fetch lands then. Oh, tell you what, Force of Will, you magnificent bastard. Um, I think I'm gonna pitch the frog here because I think maybe Murktide is better, but I don't know. That could be wrong. I think I probably no. I'm not gonna fetch Basic Island because I have 4 of those with the 3 Lauren reveals, and I'd rather be able to cast Leyline Binding, I guess. But if they just have a second Blood Moon here, then it's gonna be pretty rough. Let's see. Yeah, no, maybe that was wrong. Maybe I was supposed to just like fetch Underground Sea, pitch the Murktide instead, and then cast Frog. Okay. Fable. Okay. I grudgingly accept. Okay, so this lets us cast Leyline Binding. But what do we cast it on? I think we cast it on the Shaman. Let's put back Frog and is it Uro? And then we're just sort of all in on this Murktide next turn. I'm going to fetch Underground Sea here, and I'm going to Leyline Bind. Yeah, I don't know if it's the Shaman or the Fable. I think it's probably the Fable. Yeah. And we drew another Force of Will. That was pretty nice. They attack, they get their treasure. Okay, we're tapping out again. Or, I guess not really, they have the treasure. But, slamming something here. Sundering Eruption. Wow, I've not seen this. Destroy target land. Its controller may search their library for a basic land, put it into battlefield, tap, and shuffle. Creatures without flying can't block this turn. I think I'll take that trade. I'll get my basic island, probably. Oh, sorry, plains, I mean. This makes Leyline Binding cost more, but hey, would you look at that. That was never a thing. Do we care about this Goblin Shaman, or do we save the plow for something better? I think we just save the plow for now. Make a 5/5 Murky Murk. Fetch land, don't hate that. Now we're sort of as protected against Blood Moon as we can be. The Lorn Revealed can fetch out the basic island if it happens on this turn and we don't feel like forcing it. Which honestly, if they cast Blood Moon right now, I think I would just let it happen because we have superiority on the board with our Murktide, and then just having the Force of Will for something else seems maybe better. All right, they are attacking. Am I supposed to make out that they have something that can deal 3 damage, like a Fury? Hard cast the Fury. I guess I will block here, and then I will Force of Will the Fury. Imprinting that MDFC. They cast this. Alright, I'm just gonna say no. Another Beanstalk? I'll take it. Okay, yeah, they concede. Sweet deal. Alright, we got lucky and drew that Force of Will on our first draw step, or this game would have been over. We're not winning against a turn 1 Blood Moon there. So we want our blue blasts. They're very good. Is Harbinger of the Seas, is that what happens when there's both a Harbinger of the Seas and a Blood Moon in play? I guess it's about which one entered first. Yeah, don't think we're gonna want Harbinger of the Seas. Is it Seas or Sea? Seas. More than one. I think probably we just want these 2 blue blasts. And I don't think Dress Down does a lot. What else? What's the cut? Psychic Frog is probably pretty good. Maybe it's Uro? Yeah. Okay, remember to board out this time for the second game. Learning. Absolutely, I'm going to keep this every day and twice on Sundays, as the saying goes. If I can hit Brainstorm, I'm going to be extremely pleased with this hand. I'm already pretty pleased with this hand. I think I don't know. I was going to say, I think I will, like, pitch my 4 blue cards to the force kind of thing if I need to force 2 things. But maybe it's better to, like, get Frog, like, just get Frog out. I don't know. Alright, opponent found 6 that they like. Ooh, dang. Counter souls. Okay, I feel certain there is a Mags of the Moon coming next turn. So, oh, but I drew Plow. I was gonna say I was gonna just fetch basic planes here and then have the Lorn Revealed to get the basic island, but I guess I don't even need that. It's probably still correct to do so though. Wow, Mags of the Moon on the slow. Yeah. I think, tell you what, I think I'm gonna get basic planes off Flooded Strand, and then I'm gonna get Underground Sea off of Misty, and then I'm gonna plow their Magus, and then I'm gonna untap and play Frog off of Tropical Island and Underground Sea. Okay, here we go. There's an Ancient Tomb. Oh, it's a Fable. I was certain there was going to be a itty bitty teensy weensy thing. I thought there was a Magus of the Moon coming. Ooh, tell you what, I like Up the Beanstalk more than Frog right here. Still gonna fetch the Underground Sea so that we're ready to rock. They did not draw anything with the Fable, so they must be happy with what they have. Okay, here it comes. Magus is in. I'm just gonna fetch this basic planes, dear opponent. Hope you don't mind. Okay. And you get a plow. And you get a plow. think it's frog and then, or rather, beanstalk and then second frog. Or, oh, second beanstalk, first frog. That's what I'm trying to say. Not confused at all. Blue card? Yes, please. Okay, I'm gonna get the basic island here, so we're not forced to hang on to our Lorien revealed in case they have a second Magus. A Pyroblast. Yeah, I will force this. Draw 2 cards. Whatever. Broadside Bombadombalangs. Is this worth a force of will? So what happens if this resolves? They attack, and then they can throw... Is it 2 or 3? It's 2 damage. They can throw 2 damage at my frog. I think I'm just going to let them have this, and then I'll Leyline Bind the Broadside Bombardiers next turn. And if they want to try and kill the frog, I can just discard my second frog too. Fury, okay. So this is a removal spell for my frog. That's what this basically is. It's a little bit unpleasant. I think I'm going to force this, which I guess I now kind of regret not forcing the Bombardiers. And then they activate. Congratulations, you kill my frog. Because I wasn't paying attention. That is actually what happened. It happened underneath the stack. Okay, well, here we are. And that was nice. They threw the shaman, the mirror image. That's really interesting. So let's kill Bombardiers, draw 2 cards. And I guess we'll cast Frog. And then next turn we can like cast Triumph and keep up Plow if we want to. This feels pretty much wrapped up, but we'll see. Okay. What's up, opponent? We're tapping mana. The One Ring. Yikes. Okay, okay. Remember when I said that this felt kind of wrapped up? How many Leyline Bindings do I have left? 3, right? Please let me find one, like, right now. This is attacking. I'm gonna block. And just, like... I'll eat an Underground Sea. Holy crap, the One Ring. That's really good. This is 4 mana, 5 mana. Is this Fury, maybe? No, it's only 1 red. Nope, they miscast, so it is Fury. No, it's Shatter Skull Smashing, dealing 3. It already has 2 on it, so I would need to discard... I would need to discard 2 cards to keep my frog around. How do we feel about that? I think I probably just let it die. I can't attack with, like, I can't get a draw off of it anyways this turn because of Ring. So how big can Murktide get? It's going to be a 6/6. I think I'll cast the Triumph here. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Because my life total is a little bit precarious. Okay, so now the top 3 cards of their deck are going to be in their hand momentarily. So I think what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to fetch no, hang on. Yeah, no, I'm going to fetch Mystic Sanctuary. and then cast Murktide. I'm gonna fetch Mystic Sanctuary, put Force of Will on top of my deck, and at least have Force of Will. But that's for next turn. Whatever happens this turn, I am just sort of here for it. For some reason, they draw in their upkeep. Vexing Bauble. Okay. I mean, I can still hard cast Force of Will. Blood Moon. Well, shit. No more Murktide. I need to find one of my Blue Blasts now. Yeah, I guess that's just fine. Ooh, Leyline Binding. That was pretty fortunate. So, Leyline Binding can now either kill Blood Moon. It's going to cost a bunch of mana, but that's okay. And then we cast Murktide, or it kills the ring, and then their one card in hand plus plus what's on top of their deck is going to have to race this Triumph. I think I'd rather kill the ring, to be honest. Might even get lucky and draw another binding here. That's sweet. Let's kill the ring. And I think I will ponder and go looking for like Hydroblast or something. Not 3 lands, please. Another Murktide. Okay, let's pass. Draw a card with Bauble. Okay. Another Magoose. Now we have Force of Will, so it's looking pretty good. They're not blocking. Interesting. Why wouldn't you block there? Three mana. Oh, it's a Spirit Guide. Sure. So I guess I just end the game now. Let's plow my goose. And let's, yeah, let's plow Spirit Guide. Yep. All right, sweet. Take round 3. Let's go for round number 4. Okay, on the draw once more. But I'm going to keep this hand because we have Lauren revealed. I can get basic island or any island really to unlock the blue cards in her hand. Opponent mulligan to 6. Oh, it's a blue mirror of some sort. Oh no, it's not. It's an Elvish Reclaimer deck, so like Cradle Control, I guess. All right. Let's hopefully they don't have access to Wasteland next turn, and we can play a Psychic Frog. White of the Reliquary. Sacrifice another creature. Okay. I suppose I could get Tundra with this, and then, well, this, I mean, this is definitely a Wasteland matchup. I have 3 cards left. Okay, I'm gonna let this resolve. Yeah, we take 1. I'm going to Lauren revealed Island Cycle for Tundra and take out the white. Would also be pretty sweet to find like Terminus against this deck. I feel like this matchup here right now, this game is displaying well how like play draw dependent things sometimes are. If I'd been on the play here, I would have had my thread out now, and then they would have played their white, and that might be a whole different story. Okay, gonna leyline bind the white. hope to really, really not get wastelanded next turn, and then to continue developing here either by casting Ponder or resolving Psychic Frog. Yeah, you can have an ignoble Irash. I'm guessing no attacks here, and they're gonna spin the thing. So what do they get? Do they get like Merilage? Is that a plan? Alright, I think I'm gonna Ponder and then hopefully hit a land and then cast Psychic Frog. Triumph. Meh. Triumph might be good. Yeah, I'll probably draw the Triumph next turn. And just like hope that our creatures are better than their creatures. So I'm hoping for for them to not have access to Merit Lodge, but I'm not sure how hopeful I should allow myself to get. Let's see. They could also just start like spinning up wastelands and machine gun me down, or try to do that. Okay, they just go for the value underground mortuary, and they liked what they found. They attack. I think I just take the attack. I have a 5/5 life linker coming. But yeah, it's a little bit scary. I don't know what this deck is trying to do. Ultimately, like what its mid to late game is. If it's like a Fiend Artisan Natural Order kind of thing, or Endurance, huh? Yeah, I think Endurance is also fine. Means my frog can't fly over the Endurance. I couldn't, because Endurance has reach anyways, but it means for the time being my frog is just sort of sitting there. But here comes Triumph. Man, I wish I had a Beanstalk in play, huh? I think I'll brainstorm here. There's a Force of Will and then 2 unknowns. There is Terminus. Do we care about that? I don't think we do, but let's put it back anyway. Underneath the dress down. And we'll pass. So now they don't have a good attack anymore because of the Triumph of Saint Katherine. Okay, now they do have a good attack. But then they don't have a good block, so I don't know. So they attack with the Endurance. That's interesting. Yep, I take 5. I could also have cycled the Lorien revealed there. Tell you what, I'm gonna island cycle this Lorien revealed, and I'm gonna get the Hedge Maze, and I'm gonna most likely put something in my graveyard here. So we gave up on the Terminus, but that's fine. I'm gonna put Ponder in here, and then I'm gonna give Frog Flying. And then I'm going to attack with my 2 creatures. If they can somehow, like, percent a blocker that they then bounce before damage, so my Triumph doesn't gain me life, that is what I'm probably most worried about now. This is another Endurance. Okay, I'm going to Force of Will Endurance. Okay, that's forced. Best draw here is probably Up the Beanstalk. Off the Frog, I mean. Okay, we gain some life. That's lovely. We draw a card. It's Brainstorm. Okay, I'm going to cast the Brainstorm. We do find Up the Beanstalk. So we have to beat their 1 card in hand plus what this Reclaimer is able to reclaim next turn. I found the Plow, which is nice. So that gives us some insurance. But like, if they can go like Allosaurus Shepherd this turn and then something scary, then that's how they win right now. Okay, a lot of mana being tapped here. It's a natural order. Yeah, about that one. Force of Will. We'll redraw the Brainstorm, and then I think gosh, I don't know. Like, I feel like Reclaimer is the card I'm most scared of right now. But then, like, Endurance is what's keeping my Frog from just attacking and drawing cards. Or I could just plow both of them, I guess. Start off with the Brainstorm. Okay. I mean, why the hell not? Let's put back a plow. Let's beanstalk it up. And let's just plow this. We'll plow the endurance right now, and then I'll give my opponent the choice of like losing their ignoble hierarch or having me draw a card with frog before they know that they're also going to lose the reclaimer. Okay, so they're gonna have no creatures, and there we go. A white. All right, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna plow the white. I'm gonna fetch Mystic Sanctuary. Put back Force of Will on top of the deck. And then I'm going to attack. And have hardcast Force of Will through 2 Beanstalks available. Springheart and Tuco. Yeah, that's fine. So this is a Nadu deck, most likely. Okay, let's discard, or not discard, let's exile a couple of things here. Get this flying. I'm actually fine discarding this land. So I should have done it the other way around. I should have discarded the land to preserve an instant in my deck, in my graveyard. I mean, in case I draw Murktide. Okay, they're jumping. Triumph of Saint Katherine, huh? I think I'm just gonna like bank on there being a blue card in my top 2 cards here. And there was. And we pass. And maybe that Savannah was supposed to be discarded to the frog. Okay. They keep making a chump blocker, but I am coming in hard with 12 power next turn. And they have to actually get in front of both Triumphs here, because if not, then... Or I guess they don't have to, but they have to block. Alright, here comes the attack. Oh, right, they can activate that thing. So, that's a 4/4. I think I might just exile 3 cards here. And give this flying. Doesn't have reach, right? Okay, so they're trading their 2 things for my Triumph, which is fine. Triumph will then be put into the top of my library in the top 6 cards. And we draw a card. It's not Triumph. And let's just pass. And they are super dead. I can force whatever they cast here. If they draw something. I was just trying to check if you could target Springheart and Tuco with Force of Negation. But you can't, because it's a creature. But it's also an enchantment. Anyways, I guess I should have known that. Opponent chooses not to concede. Make me burn a little bit off my clock here, which is fine. And I'll attack, and I'll remember to discard a land, or yeah, whatever, discard a card here. Okay, so that felt pretty good, but it also didn't feel completely safe at all times. So things to remember are the endurances that can come down and eat a frog that's attacking, and to, I don't know if they could be, we didn't see any way to make blue mana yet, but them having Springheart and Antuco makes me think they are an Adu deck, but we'll see. I think the Pernicious Deed and the Wrath of the Skies are pretty appealing. Harbinger of the Seas is not nothing. Like if they get if I guess it is not that exciting because they have access to many forests, or at least a couple forests, and they have so many one drops that can get them out from under a moon effect, like Elvish Reclaimer or Ignoble Hierarch or whatever. We did see Natural Order. Does that mean we want something like a Flusterstorm? And also, what do we cut here? Uro seems eh. So let's cut an Uro. The rest of the deck seems kind of good. Dress Down doesn't seem that good, and we're boarding in stuff that deals with their creatures anyways. So let's just leave it at that. I really like what like swapping frogs in for bowmasters has also done something that this deck kind of struggled with, which is like put the blue count in a respectable position. It's like 24 blue cards, 25 blue cards because of the Euro. And I remember playing the exact TK Strachan list and feeling like, I mean, this is a little bit iffy with. As soon as I start boarding out, like, okay, this is not a Force of Negation or Dress Down matchup, then it's like, well, now I'm at 17 blue cards. How do we feel about that? So, and I'm going to keep this hand. It has white removal, has lands, and can fight a natural order if I need to. Basic forest, probably Reclaimer, I guess. No, it's a hierarch. Okay, I'm not gonna fight over a noble hierarch. Um, oh, Wrath of the Skies though. That's pretty nice. I'm gonna get Tundra here. I didn't see Wastelands, but I mean, would you play a White of the Reliquary deck and not have Wasteland in your deck? I don't know. Hmm. Yeah. Okay, I'm actually gonna keep these. We didn't find the second white source for the Wrath, but that's okay. I think Wrath is gonna be a later card. Misty Rainforest, crucially not Gaia's Cradle. And now they have Reclaimer. Okay, so if I were to find a white card, a white land, I mean, next turn, I could just go for a big sweep up. I'm going to play Bayou. That gives me Leyline Binding. So I'm not quite ready to start killing things yet. And I also like, I know the next card down here is a Hedge Maze, which does not make white mana. And they like what they found on top of their, I put the card on top of the library. Springheart and Antuco. How does this work? What happens if I plow the Reclaimer in response? Does this fizzle, or does it just become a creature? I'm guessing it just becomes a creature, but I'm going to try for science. They can spin up a Sajiri step here if they have one. Or this one, I guess. So it fades out, but then what happens? Well, it's not the same, because this will be back, this Reclaimer, but the Spring Heart shouldn't be able to attach to it, right? So it's just a creature. Okay. I hate this card. It has so much text. Whenever a land. So landfall is you may pay a green and one if it's attached to a creature. And then you create a copy. If you didn't create a creature, it's only create a 1/1. You can't bestow once it's in play, right? It has to be on like when you cast it. I hope so. Okay. And here comes Brainstorm. Please find a fetch land. Not a fetch land. Crap. Okay. Uh, I guess let's put Murktide on top and we'll hedge maze it away. Into the graveyard, please. Yeah, I think it's only fair that a deck like this will sometimes get punished for its super greedy mana base. That was unfortunate. So hopefully they're sort of out of tricks here, and I'm just going to be taking a bit of damage, but we'll see. It's a bit scary that they have active Reclaimer here. And like if they do have Wasteland, I think I've just lost. And if they have Endurance and cast it now, then it's pretty bad. Ups for mana, yes it does. So they can Endurance me now. They didn't do it. So that's pretty good. That means I get to cast Murktide and I leave up Leyline Binding. But yeah, let's see what kind of damage they can do with this Reclaimer. If I get to untap and ever find another white source for this, I believe the game will end. So now they get a trigger off of this landfall thing. I still think I'm supposed to... Yeah, okay. It's not that exciting, but they get to make a bunch of 1/1s. They're all going to get swept up in this Wrath of the Skies eventually. If they find like Gaia's Cradle, they can make a lot of mana, but I have Force of Negation for a natural order, so they will have to be able to back it up with something like a Veil of Summer. I don't know. I mean, if they can put Nadu on the stack, then I just also lose instantly because they have like 7 creatures. So hopefully it's not. Yeah, this is going to get Nadu. I am fairly confident. Okay, so please, deck, draw me a white producing land. Any white producing land, please. Come on. Brainstorm, I'll take it. White land. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm gonna put away this island here and Triumph, I think. Yeah, and then I'm gonna ponder one more time looking for a white land. And I'm gonna shuffle. Yay, we got there. Okay. So I think I just nuke the side from orbit, right? This is gonna leave them with Springheart and Antuco. But they're not gonna have anything else. Let's get Savannah. And let's make X equal to 1. And then let's pay 1 energy. Splat. Yeah. Got there. We have multiple removal spells for the Nantuko once we untap. 3 mana. What's this? Is this choke? Green Sun's for 2. Okay. Another. Oh, it's white. Okay. That's a 7/7. So that's pretty big. Okay, so I'm gonna leyline bind the white to not give them all that life, and I'm gonna plow the Spring Heart and swing, and they're one combat step away from death. They find endurance that can hold them over for one more turn. They didn't, so they're dead. Yep, attacking me, and we attack for lethal. Sweet, we're 3-1, so positive record guaranteed. That's nice. And let's see if we can push it over the finishing line and get a nice little 4-1, or if we'll have to settle for a 3-2. Back with round number 5. Okay, on the draw once more. I'm gonna keep this hand because of Lord Revealed. What a great magic card. Opponent is mulliganing to 5. Yikes. Okay. 4 cards. What's going on over there, opponent? All right, I'm intrigued. It's a mountain. It's an Aether Vial. I'm gonna have to decline you on that, opponent. So I mean, now I also kind of mold, but I'm sure I'm a little bit better off than you. So I mean, Ancient Tomb, Blood Moon there, but I guess it's goblins. I guess I should have known that. Aether Vial kind of gave it away. Let's Island Cycle. And I'm not gonna get basics because they have port. So they can port my Bayou. That's good for them. So I can't cast Up the Beanstalk this turn. Yeah, this is great. I'm going to want all of these, I think. So we're up against goblins, and they mull to 4, which is pretty devastating. They probably port my Tundra here, and then I think I'm going to brainstorm in order to sort of use all my mana this turn. No, they go for the Bayou. Okay. That's fair. There's a leyline binding underneath that I kind of want. Yeah, not gonna do anything here. Goblin Lackey. Okay. If they also have a land here, it's a little bit annoying. But if they don't, then I get to like Up the Beanstalk and then leyline bind the Lackey. Oh, but they had a land. Scoundrels. Okay, I guess I will uh I will brainstorm here. Yeah. Okay. So I think I'll let them port me here. They're gonna port the Tundra because they're gonna be worried that I have white removal. That would at least be what I would be doing. No, they just really are worried about Beanstalk, I guess. Fair enough. But that's good because I kind of wanted both of the cards I put back. So let's uh let's just pass here, and then we'll leyline bind the the Lackey. Leyline binding is in. The Lackey has been bound by the leyline. Aether Vial. Okay, that's turn 5 Aether Vial is a lot less scary. So let's just draw a card here. They can do whatever they want. I don't care. And then I will cast a Up the Beanstalk and then Murktide Rigid. Let's get Savannah and I don't know. Is it probably tropical? Tap like that. We draw a card. It's Frog. We make a big old 7/7 Murktide. Draw another card and pass. I wonder if this deck plays Sting Scourger. Another Aether Vial. Holy cannoli. Okay, I'm assuming I'm getting ported. Oh no, not by you. Second Beanstalk. Interesting. Let's brainstorm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Um, I think. Yeah, let's play that Beanstalk, huh? I don't know exactly how much these forces are gonna actually get to do because opponent now has 2 vials. There's an Uro on top of my deck. Okay, but never mind. They concede. I think they this game didn't feel as secure as the Multi 4 on my opponent's side would have made me think it would, but there you go. Okay, I want the deed, I want the wrath, and I want the 2 blue blasts. And I think that's all I want. Harbinger is not nothing, but they could also just be sitting on like Aether Vial and Mountains, so Force of Negation can go. They probably have red blasts. I don't know how good Frog is. I think Uro can go. Like a Frog on the play comes down in time to block a Lackey. So like Dress Down has very relevant text, but I'm also bringing in stuff that beats their creatures up anyways, so I think I'm going to cut that. And I think it's between a Frog or a Murktide, and I'm going to cut a Frog. Opponent found 7 this time. I think I'm going to mulligan. This is a very good hand, but it's also like it doesn't deal with turn 1 Lackey, which this one also doesn't, so I think I have to keep this anyways and hope they can't just roll me over. Camera Souls, it's a good card. And they just have the Lackey, yep. I can't even top deck a Plow here. Top deck a Plains, so Wrath of the Skies a couple of turns from now. That's pretty nice. I'm going to Ponder. And yeah, this seems fine. I'll draw the Misty and can play that next turn. Can get a Tundra or a Savannah. But like, if they have, the problem is they're gonna get to cheat massively on mana here and jump ahead of my Wrath of the Skies. So I think I'm not winning. I'm coming back from this, and especially not when it's Muxus. Yikes. And yeah, whatever. Get out of here, silly Goblin deck. Ringleader and 2 Sling Gang Lieutenants. That's that's a lot of meat on the table. All right. You turn 2'd me, opponent. Consign a memory counters a triggered ability, but oh, I should have put down in the 4th Frog over the 3rd Murktide. For this game, I'm on the play for reasons I already mentioned. All right. Oof. Fortunately, this is a mulligan. And this is a keep. Keep. This is tough. I kind of want everything here, but I guess I'll put away the Leyline Binding. And let's play Flooded Strand. This can fetch Tundra. And then cast Brainstorm. They have Aether Vial. Okay. Now I kind of wish I'd kept my Leyline Binding. So I'm just gonna take my draw here. Ooh. Well, I can't cast the Leyline Binding right now. Because Savannah and Underground Sea were in my hand. But I can cast the Psychic Frog. So yeah, Leyline Binding to take out the Aether Vial. And then we have Terminus sort of on the backup. Ooh, Wasteland. Nashte. What do you take here? Probably the Tundra that... No. Very, very well played, opponent. I think I'm going to start off with a Brainstorm here. And that was good. Now that I have a frog, I'm not sure if I want to keep holding on to this Terminus. But it might be that I do want that. Yeah, let's just do it like this. We keep open plow. That means that they get to put Aether Vial uh up to 2 mana. Up to 2 counters, I mean, before I can Leyline Bind it, but them are the breaks. You have more Wastelands for me? Okay, so I think I'm going to start off by casting a Leyline Binding. Oops. On the Vial. That will prompt them to activate the Vial, and we'll see what comes out of it. I have a plow if it's something very nasty, but there was nothing. Okay. I mean, that's kind of good. Attack with Frog. Draw a card. Deed. You don't say. I mean, they don't have that many 1-drops. So if Deed is going to be good, it might have to be for 2 or more, and that's going to kill my Frog. But I mean, Frog has already drawn 2 cards, so let's see how many we can squeeze out of him before he needs to make a noble sacrifice. Aether Vial, okay. I mean, Deed eats Vial. Ooh, yes. Well, I say yes, but Deed for 2, all that jazz. I'm going to start by attacking. Blue Elemental Blast. I like that. I could just use Deed to blow up the Vial. But nah, I'm not going to do that. I mean, it feels like... I don't know what their hand is, but it's not 1-drops and 2-drops. At least it wasn't like a turn ago. 3 mana, 4 mana, Sling Gang. Okay, so that's in. I believe I plow it. They sack it, probably. Because it's the same, like, life gain for them, but I lose 1 life. And then they get 2 1/1s. And maybe I will just, like, play and blow Deed for 1 here, taking out their 2 tokens and their Vial. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's kill this for 1. It's not an amazing, like, use of a Deed, but it's also not bad. Wrath of the Skies. Just drawing sideboard bomb after sideboard bomb. There's a Rashadan Port. Goblin Ringleader. Yikes. Okay. And what does that give you? It gives you Lackey and Broadside. There's Lackey, okay. Uh, Interesting. So we can just counter broadside. I think we're gonna attack with Frog here. Give them the choice to trade something. Okay, I'm gonna discard a card here. Let's just discard Beanstalk. And we'll pass. I guess the biggest catastrophe here would be if they go like Cavern of Souls, Muxus. And let's just kill this. There's a Wasteland. Okay. We lose our Tundra. And they're saving the broadside. What on earth for? They tap our Savannah. Wow. That's pretty nice for them. Well, let's get the attack in. Maybe I should be discarding like Wrath of the Skies. It doesn't feel like extremely likely that I'll be reaching white anytime soon. Especially not like that. Okay, let's put back Catherine, and I'll pass. And there is the cavern. Fuck. This looks like Muxus. A Muxus and Utruxus. It is a Muxus. So if they can one-shot me here, if they can give him haste, then I'm dead. If not, I can brainstorm him. No! No! I used my brainstorm. Holy cannoli. Okay. Well, sometimes you play like shit and you lose. Yeah, I don't know. I was sitting on that brainstorm in that Terminus for so long, saving it. Oh no. Okay, so they do get, what does this do? Deals 1 damage to any target. Control Horde Master dies, or another Goblin control exile target as a Goblin. Okay, I mean, it's not good, but we can still like do stuff here. So let's start off by killing Muxus. They get a trigger, but they can't cast any. They don't have 0 mana goblins. Okay, so they're sending it to face here. I can't believe I made that punt. That was the whole point of like sitting on these cards for so long. Oh wow, maybe I'll get lucky. So I can ponder here. Go looking for another white source, which I did find. And then that can draw Force of Will, which is also kind of nice. So, I mean, right now, deals any damage. How much can they deal to me? I think I need to kill this, honestly. So let's Leyline Bind. Oops. That will draw me the Force. That picks off Pashalik Mons. Wow, these goblins are so crazy. And then I'm going to get a Tundra here, I think. And what? Oh man, I'm just all over the place here. Alright, I was thinking I could Hydroblast one goblin and Hydroblast one and then kill like Leyline Bind the other, and I didn't want to. I wanted to Leyline Bind first to draw a card, and I wanted to kill the Pashalik Mons first. But of course, I can't pyroblast or hydroblast. I mean the sling gang. Uh, yeah, maybe this is fine. Although this misty rainforest isn't gonna find me more white sources because the only other one that I can fetch with it is in the graveyard. I guess I'll pass here. Oh my god, I just got destroyed. I think I'm gonna lose, like, unless they were sitting on 3 blanks here. Like, if they have something like another Muxus, then it's just GG's, I think. That was a land. Here comes something scary. Bombardiers. That means this deals me 7. So, let's see. 3, 5, 7, 8. And then there was, yeah, I'm just dead. Easy. I could have kept open a blue mana to Hydroblast, but I didn't, so I'm dead. Oh, they're only attacking with those. Well, I think they had lethal on me, but I could be wrong here. So I'm at 6. They can drain me for 4, right? Skirk Prospector. Okay. I'm going to let that happen. I hope they tap out for something with their last card in hand that I can force of will. Did I miscount? They can deal me 4 more, right? Or wait, did they not fling anything at me yet? Is that what's happening? I think it might be. Yeah, okay. Yep. All right. GG's opponent. Very well played. Very poorly played on my part. Um, Not sure I would have won anyways, but at least it's more likely than what ended up happening. All right. Okay. Well, I mean, 3-2. I'm not super disappointed. I'm really disappointed about how I managed some of the games and how I lost this last one. But yeah, and I was also a little bit shocked at how I just got steamrolled by Eldrazi. I feel like the Eldrazi deck is going to thrive versus any deck that wants to play a long game because their in game is just absolutely nuts when they can, like, when they have all these when you cast them triggers from the battle mage and the devourer and stuff, and it's just like it doesn't matter that you accrue card advantage when your cards don't matter. So I think, the way you attack that deck is attacking the mana, and the way I can do that is Harbinger of the Seas, and I think I probably need one more at least. And then you just have to hope that your own strategy can sort of align with a bunch of islands. So yeah, I think that's probably it. I actually really like playing this list. I think it's a cool list. Not sure about the Uro, that got boarded out a lot. Not sure about Dresstown, that got boarded out a lot. Probably those slots can be changed into something else. I think Frog was good. I think Triumph was actually pretty good as well. Yeah, and I think that's it. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, consider subscribing, doing all the YouTube stuff. That really, really helps out. And I'll be back with some more Legacy. Bye-bye.